Hello YouTube, it is me again, back with another video, and this one is going to be another one in the Flower Girl series, and I know, I will start doing other videos other than this series, I promise. I'm just doing a lot of finals. I actually have a final in far too few hours, and instead of getting sleep and resting and getting in a little bit of studying before the test, what am I doing? I'm recording a YouTube voiceover because I have what? Priorities. I have priorities. So yeah, I am enjoying getting back into the whole voiceover game, so I hope y'all like the voiceovers because they are here to stay. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that I did like a little mini poll thing about a story type series I might be doing in the future. So if you would go over to my Instagram, which is linked in the description, and place a little vote on the poll, I would very much appreciate it because then it would let me know what you guys think about what I should be doing. I would post a poll on Twitter, but last time I got one response. So I feel like I don't have enough Twitter followers to really justify doing a Twitter poll, because no one responds, which is understandable. I am a nobody in this social media pond, but still. Anyway, on to the actual meat of this video. This week I am going to be drawing Bambi, Baby's Breath, and I know I've been trying to be a little more creative with the names. I'm always doing the alliteration of the names, but for some of them, like Kristen Chrysanthemum just kind of happens, it flows really well. And then Delphine Belladonna for Delphinium Belladonna, those names really work, Camilla, that works as well. But sometimes, like, how do you turn Baby's Breath into a name? So I just went with Bambi because I thought that it was a very young and sweet sounding name. It's also the name of a deer, a classic Disney cartoon, which I haven't seen in a long time. The beginning of that movie used to make me really sad as a kid, and I honestly don't remember how it ends. So I should probably go back and watch that eventually. Because I have no memory of the plot of that movie whatsoever. Like, I know that there's a rabbit named Thumper, and a skunk, and Bambi, and Bambi's ill-fated mom. And something about them all having crushes around the same time. I don't know, I really don't remember that movie. I'm going off on a tangent, so Bambi, Baby's Breath. A fun fact about Baby's Breath, when I was a kid, it used to be my favorite flower. And that's ironic, because they are so tiny. Like, most people don't even really think about them as flowers. Like, when you tell someone your favorite kind of flower, Baby's Breath usually doesn't pop into your mind, but I just thought that they were so sweet, and I thought that they kind of pulled everything together. So if there was ever like a bouquet that didn't have Baby's Breath in it, I was always really sad, because I thought that the Baby's Breath was just this delightful little bright pop, and it just really made everything feel a little more fairy-like and enchanted, and I always loved them, so I was obsessed with Baby's Breath flowers as a kid, and I'm still a little obsessed with them. So, not much has changed in my life, apparently. But yeah, I love this flower, but I have to admit it was a little hard to figure out design elements that had to do with this flower because it is so small and so just teeny tiny, and I didn't know how to do that. So, of course, my first instinct was Baby's Breath, so of course it had to be a child. Because I didn't want to draw a straight-up infant. Because I've never drawn an infant, but also I wasn't sure how I would make that really pop, and how I would justify doing a headshot of an infant. So I upgraded a little to like a toddler but my reference shows like a 3-year-old, and my drawing looks more like a 6-year-old or 7-year-old. So that's a thing. But I do think that she's actually really cute, and I'm proud that I managed to make it look like it's an actual child at all, considering I've never really concertedly drawn children. It's something that I'm working on, and I have some younger characters that I draw. For instance, Slimer and Avignard are younger characters. And I have more child characters, I just haven't gone about drawing them, cause, yeah. There are, if you'll believe it, hundreds of characters I have never drawn, or posted, or both. So I really want to introduce you to all of them, but it would take so long. Anyway, back to this drawing. And did you hear the way I said anyway? That was really weird. Anyway. One of the design elements that I really wanted to include was this shirt. Now, Baby's Breath are these little white, bright speckles that are just in your face. And in the reference picture that I was using especially, they were against this dark, lush green background. So that brought to mind sort of a dark green shirt and white polka dots. And at first I wanted to do bigger, more statement polka dots that were a little more in your face, and then do smaller dots in between. So I set up this sort of like stripy pattern so I could get like the motion of how the shirt would be laying down pat, so that when I would have the dots, they wouldn't just be circles. I could shift them around a little to make them look like they were stretching with the fabric of the shirt, because I'm trying to figure out fabric and clothing a little more. I'm not great at it, so I'm trying to work on it. I think it turned out, so I'm happy. Another design element that I did to kind of make it really like the flower was the little like headbands around her space buns. Oh, is that what that's called? Space buns? I'm not really sure. I used to think they were like Princess Leia buns, but I mean, anyway. So the little headbands, I just straight up traced some of the flowers and added them in there, and I think that looked really sweet, and it kind of pulled her a little out of the rest of the group, where with all of the other drawings you'll see that I add those flowers in the background, and this one I kind of brought those flowers more into the foreground and into the character, which I thought was nice. It was a nice change. So I added those into her hair, which I thought was really cute, even though looking back on it, I think I made them a little large. I think maybe I should have done a thinner strand of more of those flowers, but I still think it looks really cute, so I'm not going to complain. I'm trying to think of what else I did for this character. Like, I know I gave her a darker skin tone to really make the bright whites and the lush greens really pop. I thought if I gave her a little bit of a darker skin tone, it would really make those bright whites pop, and it didn't hurt that the most adorable reference I've ever found was this tiny little, like, African-American toddler, and she was just so cute. So that was the reference that I used, and I am unashamed of the fact that it was just unabashedly cute, because children are adorable most of the time. The older I get, the more I warm to children, but there are still some kids who frighten me, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I had a really fun time with this one. It was just really fun to kind of break out of my comfort zone a little and try to draw something that I don't get to draw very often, and something that I don't try drawing very often. So it was really fun to kind of break out of my box and do something different, and I think that I'm getting better. Not all of these flower girl drawings, at least so far, are, my best work, but I think that working from references and kind of appealing, I guess, to the more reference-heavy side of things, I think it's really helping me figure out how to do different faces and to make the faces more unique and realistic with my own sort of stylistic touch. Because obviously I'm looking at these references and I'm using them, but I'm not straight pulling from them. So when I use a reference, I'm not doing everything exactly the same as the reference. Yeah, I don't really know where else I was going with that. So yeah, this is Bambi Baby's Breath so far, and I am so excited. I'm going to be doing a final here later today, as I said at the beginning of the video, so I'm going to keep this voiceover relatively short and sweet, and hopefully get some rest, because it's, 2 a.m, and I'm a little out of my mind. It's okay, but I just really wanted to make sure that I definitely had a voiceover, so this video was definitely on time and polished and nice, because who doesn't like a polished, nice, on-time video? Because I know I do. I always love it when the YouTubers that I follow post on time, and I know that not many people follow my channel, but I still want to be consistent because it bothers me when I'm not. So next week I will probably be doing the Snapdragon video, but I also want to work on a couple of different things. For instance, a universe/character introduction that I have been working on. It's just that I'm a little perfectionist about this drawing, and it's taking me forever. So hopefully you don't mind that too much. And I will hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, time of day, and I will catch you in the next video if you're subscribed, which you should be, and you should also hit that notification bell. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, because I post polls, and I am hysterical on Twitter, she said sarcastically, because she's unfunny in every way possible. And I post videos of my lizard friend, because I have a lizard friend who lives at my campus, and he hangs around on the same tree every day. He is adorable. His name is Benjamin. Anyway, that's all I have for this video, and hopefully I will see you guys here and in the comments and on my Twitter and on my Instagram, because I like talking to you guys, and I promise I will remember to actually post my art on Twitter and Instagram. I promise. I will try so hard. I am so forgetful when it comes to actually posting, so hopefully this will keep me accountable, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.